Is it? It's reminding me of it's got big later Pirates of the Caribbean energy, right? Like I remember I was watching. I don't know which one it was, 5, 7, 13, but I was like live tweeting it, and there's like a flashback where Jack like gets his compass, and so I pause and then I make the joke. They just gave a backstory for his compass. I bet the next movie gives us a backstory for his hat. And immediately the replies come in. Keep watching. And literally like 30 seconds later is the backstory for his hat. I was like,
amazing.
Movies might be bad now. Do I like movies?
It's that thing of like, it's like you're making a prequel or you're doing a flashback or doing a thing. And it's like, there's this like fun part of like, oh, we can find out, where that particular aspect of his character comes from or where different things. But the when they have to go down into like, oh, this is where he got that coat. This is where he got. It's like
you got to be like.
I can imagine that he could pick up a jacket somewhere. Like I don't need that fully explained to me.
Yeah. You be conservative and you be fast with it. So like, Last Crusade has the like young Indiana Jones segment where he like, grabs the bullwhip and tries to use it and like hits himself in the face and like cuts himself on his chin.
Yeah.
Right. And that's one, not belabored. It's very quick, very short, and also it gives you this like great match cut because then they like, it's like I'm trying to remember the exact sequence of events, but basically like they take the thing from him and then somebody like puts the hat on him and is like, keep trying, kid, and then it's like young kid in the rain with the cut and the hat, match cut to Harrison Ford in the rain getting like punched.
Right.
But also the whole previous movie was that whole thing because Temple of Doom like explains the hat, whip, machete, the whole look. Right?
Yeah, but Last Crusade does it better and faster.
That is true. I just think it's funny in the Temple of Doom case because it's never really explicitly said that it's a prequel. You just have to recognize the years earlier.
Yeah. All right, here we go. The last bit of my birthday cake.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Ooh.
Happy
belated birthday.
Oh yeah, happy belated birthday. I generally think like that storytelling impulse to start giving backstory to things that don't need backstory is something that like movies should generally steer away from. But I've got to say, the alternative to being like short and not belabored is the opening 12 minutes of Death on the Nile, where it's like this whole other short film about how Poirot or why Poirot has his mustache. And they go like super hard on like telling the whole story behind why Poirot has his like famous mustache. And then the movie starts.
Yeah.
It's very
What?
fun.
And it's amazing because it's like it's the thing that does not need explaining.
Not
it's
even
a
a little
mustache.
bit.
Why do you have that mustache? Because testosterone?
Yeah.
And I don't shave.
Like Prometheus was the big one, was one for me where it was like, okay, adding all this extra, all this new lore to the series and all this stuff. And I'm like, okay, this is a prequel thing. They're dealing with all the stuff and the ship on the planet and things. All they got to do, it's just got to end with the like crash landed ship on the planet with the space jockey in it.
Yeah.
To get to where we were in Alien, and I can, and that would be cool to see what happened with that because it was so mysterious. And then it was only about like halfway through the movie where I'm like, wait a minute, this isn't even the same planet. this is it's like, so they're not going to like, that's not actually what's happening here. They're never gonna like, this is about a whole different planet with a crash ship and a whole
Oh,
thing.
yeah. There's
Stuff
two
different,
more
and so it's
movies
not
to
even
connect up.
yeah, it's just like, so yeah, what
I think it turns out in the lore that like when the space jockey does take that ship off at the end of the movie, like they don't even go to LV426, and it's like fully just a different ship
It's-
with a different space jockey. That is not even the one from the beginning of Alien.
yeah, it's like, but it's like they were going, it's like set out to be the prequel thing to end up there. And then as they were writing the movie, it got farther and farther off that until they were just like, yeah, let's just make it a different planet.
Yeah.
It's not a prequel anymore. It's just a thing.
Jeez.
There are elements of the Prometheus movies I really like, but the whole
They're
is
very
very hard
pretty.
to defend. Also,
Yeah.
Covenant
Yeah.
is bad.
Yes. Yes, it is. I felt like I was taking crazy pills after Covenant came out, and everybody was going on about how good it was, and I was like, "Did we even watch the same movie?"
I don't think we
Like,
watched the same movie. I think they accidentally went into, I don't know, just something else. Mac and Me, maybe.
Oh, sorry. Covenant is bad. I'm thinking about Romulus, which is also bad, and
No,
I felt like I
Romulus
was taking
was-
crazy pills.
Romulus was pretty good. I mean, it like I
That was
could
the
have
Danny
I could have
McBride
used
one,
a
right?
little more restraint on
Yeah.
things like just kind of like floating through CG hallway full of acid blood. Like, all right, could have had a bit more restraint with that. And I really wish they had just like the initial bits with the android, like just a bit more sparing with that, because the initial bits like on the TV screen looked fine, but then the longer and longer they like lingered on it, the worse and worse it got.
Oh yeah. Did you saw it at home and not in theater?
No, I went and saw it in theater.
Oh, okay, yeah. It looked awful. I
no.
could not get away from how bad it looked. But like, I don't know, everything about that movie rubbed me the wrong way. The constant key jingling of like, remember, it's the thing. It's the thing. He's gonna say the line. Oh,
yeah.
look, it's the thing. Drove me nuts. And then also like, we have to use this movie to explain the link between the Prometheus Covenant timeline and the original movies, and then also we have to have Ian Holm in the movie, and then we're gonna take our entire final act of the movie straight from Resurrection,
Yeah.
but nobody's gonna notice.
that was wild. Yeah, no, I agree with Chad. Like when Romulus was doing its own thing, it was great. If the Ian Holm thing had been way less of it, like if it had basically just been the initial like recording on the TV, sure, fine. But
Yeah.
like there was too much of it. If you're gonna have that much, just okay, Hollywood. You can just recast people.
What?
Your people, you can just let humans die and replace them
No.
with other people playing the same character.
I saw Deadpool and Wolverine, and I'm pretty sure they could not have recast Blade in that movie. How could
No, you're right.
anyone
They
else have
probably
played
couldn't
that,
have.
Dan? He said the thing.
There's only been one Blade. There's only gonna be one Blade. I mean, that was pretty funny, given that the next Blade then got canceled like 2 months later.
Yeah.
Anyhow, they had Martin Freeman right there. They could have just leaned into the existing recast of Ian Holm.
Yeah. Lean into the existing recast. I mean, like for me, I think still the peak of it is CGI Tarkin in Rogue One. Easily the worst part of that movie.
Yep.
Yeah.
That like again, if they had kept it really constrained, like if it was just just that first shot where it's like the reflection in the window, then it's like, okay, I could have got past it. But then it's like it's too much interaction at that point. Just recast him, and then you see like the actual stand-in who was on set, who
Right.
is like the spitting image of
Peter Cushing.
of Peter Cushing, and it's like, why didn't you just
Clearly, you
Just
spent
let
a
him
lot of
do
effort
it.
to get a guy. Yeah.
you went through it's like you went through so much effort to get a guy who's like the same height and the same build and
Right.
the same facial structure so that people could act against an actor who looks like Peter Cushing instead of acting against like a tennis ball. Just let him play the character. He looks at it, it's like they replaced Dumbledore like 7 times. It'll be fine.
Just the once.
Just
Well, actually, no. I guess they did it again later because they brought Dumbledore back. I forgot about that in the new stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I forgot those were made. Oh no.
I
You were
stopped
better
paying
off.
attention to that crap a while ago.
Yeah. Oh, for sure. I haven't seen them. I was just aware
Oh, yeah,
that I
no,
think
no.
Jude Law or somebody was Dumbledore.
Yeah, something like that.
Our collider just
Dumbledore.
reminded me of this. Remember, kids, Tig Notaro isn't in Army of the Dead. She's in Snyder's backyard with a pal the same height as Dave Bautista.
I will say the good choice with the replacement because Tig is far and away the best part of that movie.
Yes.
Yeah, pulled it off.
And I also, I mean, props to them that it was basically, I didn't
There
know
were
it
a number of
was- it
shots
had-
where I'm like, it's like this doesn't even look like a face replacement.
Yeah, it was
But then
amazing.
also it was an insanely expensive reshoot, so I would hope it looked good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel
like people
I
would
don't
have
think-
let them
yeah.
go with not doing that, but it's cool that they did.
Yeah. And like I there's a lot of things I don't like about Snyder and his career, but his ability to like extract money from Warner Brothers is just top tier.
Ability
Christopher Nolan
to
was
dance
helping
the
in there
dance.
for a second.
Yeah, yeah.
I like how that movie, like it was like supposed to be part of a bigger thing, and there were all sorts of weird aspects to it that were like, is that going to be something? Is the fact that a bunch of the zombies are like half cyborg going to come
Yeah,
up at all?
man. I
No?
was watching
No.
it and all of a sudden there's like the one like is like flash of blue. I'm like, wait a second. Hit the like back 10 seconds, watch it again, pause,
Right.
go into another window, be like Army of the Dead robot zombie. And the first thing that pops up is this interview with Zach where he's like goading the interviewer like, so there was one zombie that was like different. Did you catch it? Did you catch it? Did you catch it? And it's like, you mean the one that might have been a robot or something? He's like, yeah. What do you think that was? That was something for later. I'm not going to tell you what it was about, but like, we're really going to do like it. The press for that movie really sort of crystallized in my head what kind of a filmmaker Zack Snyder is, which is unmedicated ADHD teenager. Because like Dave Bautista
Checks
has
out.
this one interview where he's trying to be so diplomatic. And he's like, Zach's got a really he's got a method. He's got a method. It's really like, it's different from a lot of other movies that I've worked on. And I really like learning from all these different directors and seeing the way they do things. And but it could be trying at times because he got that, he got that new lens. And when it showed up on set, he all of a sudden we pivoted to doing this other thing. And you read between the lines, it's like, oh, okay, a new toy showed up on set.
Yeah.
And so Zack Snyder just torpedoed the actual shot list to run around just getting B-roll for 3 hours in the middle of a scheduled shoot day. While Dave Bautista is now he's now just now sitting in a car just doing reaction shots, looking in mirrors for 2 hours while Zach's like, oh man, look at the way that this lens it's like, oh man.
Jeez.
No,
So my strongest association, this is only going to affect me. But my strongest association with Army of the Dead, which vaguely relates to the technology used, is that I watched it on Netflix like right as it came out, like the day it released or what have you, and it made me think my TV was broken because I'm watching through it, and every few shots, a stuck pixel appears on my TV. And I've got like a really like a nice high-end expensive TV that was only a year or two old at this point. And every few shots, a stuck pixel appears. And I'm like looking at it, and it's like bright, glaring white. And it's always the same pixel. And I'm like, oh, holy shit, holy bus, is my flat panel broken? Do I have a dead pixel? What is this? And I'm like looking at it, and it's not in every shot. And I'm scrolling through it like frame by frame, and discover that it is constrained to just like certain cuts. And it'll be there for the entire duration of a shot, and then it'll go away, and then it'll come back later, and it'll be there for a scene, but only
so one
like,
of their
one of their
It's actually on the
one of their cameras had a stuck pixel, and they didn't catch it in QC.
Yeah, that's right. And so I like spent the whole movie fretting that my television was dying, and then it did turn out that they had a stuck pixel on one of their cameras, and they didn't catch it, and then they fixed it later on Netflix. But I remember nothing about that movie. I did not remember that there was a cyborg zombie, but God help you, I can tell you which pixel on my TV it made me think was broken.
Imagine going frame by frame,
immersion
like,
breaking stuff.
but like fixing the, adding Tig Notaro in, doing that frame, going all through there and not noticing.
A dead
Right.
Pixel.
This baby blobby is coming out so good.
Yeah.
New
The
blobby
video
lore
game-
has been dropped.
Video game art print giveaway is closed.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you everybody who donated for that. We just gotta wait a few more minutes for the cooldown there to make sure all of the transactions that have come through will get recorded, and then we can pull a winner. My favorite streaming video thing or encoding thing was I forget what movie it was, but I was watching a movie, and firstly it was one of those ones where the video the encode on, I think this was on Amazon Prime, was a 4:3 of a widescreen.
Oh,
film.
Oh, yeah.
And so it was like cropped down.
so
top
it ends
and
up
bottom.
double cropped once they stick it into 16:9.
And I was like,
Yeah, it's
I guess I
probably
can set my TV to expand it, I guess.
Yeah.
But then I realized the reason why it was encoded that way is because there was actually stuff in the black, because like 15-20 minutes through the movie, this is a movie encode, and I believe it's still this way. I don't think it's been changed on Amazon Prime. This is a DVD screener. At the bottom.
Oh no.
Like it literally, this is a screener. Do not
Do not distribute. Oh man, no,
distribute.
that's great. I love running into those. I usually run into those on Tubi, not on Amazon. Tubi has a lot of ones where you'll fire it up. I've watched multiple that open with like a 30-second slate and then a solid minute of bars and tone, because like they just took the original broadcast master tape, like digitized the entire thing end to end, and then uploaded that.
Wow. And just didn't look at it once.
Or didn't think about, like, it's like, I mean, don't get me wrong, these are like movies that nobody actually has like thought about in a while. I believe one is about a fortune, like an AI matchmaker computer that is just sort of a framing device for a bunch of like TNA short films. Because like, actually, wait, no, because there's sorry, let me back up. The movie starts with a bunch of basically think Star Trek original series Planet of the Boobs style aliens, like where it's just a whole bunch of people wearing like abstract chunks of cloth that sort of cover stuff. They're getting together to have a screening of forbidden material that will teach you about, like, you know, the sex. And then that then leads into, so that's the framing for this movie about a matchmaker computer that is itself the framing device for a bunch of otherwise completely disconnected short films.
That's so much effort that they went through with multiple levels of framing devices.
It's because you had multiple failed movies that the producers like bought, and then like tried to piece together into a full movie. So this is now like the third layer. So it's like you've got like 3 failed movies that then someone tried to turn into this movie about the computer, but it still wasn't long enough. It still wasn't done. And so someone else bought those remains and shot just a little bit more to get it over that 65-minute mark.
It's very much like you know, we're going to use all of the animal kind of filmmaking.
That's how you show those failed films respect.